I spent most of the week last week at my shop working on some projects. Beth was gone. She was in Florida at the big RV show there that they had. And while she was gone, I was taking care of her van and watching her cat, making sure it was all fed and watered and, you know, all its needs taken care of. But I also used that opportunity to do a few projects at the shop. But now we're back together and we're on the road. We're heading towards Nevada. It's a gorgeous, beautiful day, which is really nice. I'm really enjoying the drive. We're in some high desert country. We're going to be, like I said, headed towards Nevada, but tonight we're going to try to stop short. There's a hot springs that neither one of us have been to, and we're really excited to check it out. So I do really like my time at my shop, and I love working on projects. I mean, that's just the guy in me right there. Love having tools, and I'm really glad that I have that shop available to me, especially living in a van full-time like I do. There's a lot of projects and things I'm constantly wanting to change and do to my van, so I really enjoy having that space to do it. But one, it's winter time, and even though, like I've mentioned in past videos, we really haven't had much of a winter, it's still pretty cold, and working at my shop can be a little bit chilly, especially since my shop's not big enough for my van to go inside, so anything I do on the van I have to work on it outside. But it's really nice also that once I've been there for a few days, I start getting that itch and needing to get out. And today, like I said, it's just a beautiful day. It's just a great day to just put some miles and drive some open country road. And I really like this kind of country. We're not like on a highway where it's busy and you got a lot of traffic. You know, this is a beautiful road, just out in the high desert, some beautiful canyon walls, lots of open rangeland beside us, and some, you know, neat old farms and things like that. Just a great drive. But we just pulled off the main road and we're heading down this dirt road that's supposed to lead us to the hot springs. It's a pretty nice road, actually. It's not bad at all, not bumpy. In fact, it looks like it's really well traveled, and like maybe they even brought dirt in or something. So it's a real nice, easy road down here, so far at least. Alright, so we got to the hot springs, and there is a few people here, but it's like a little creek or something that goes along, and it looks like the whole creek might be warm, and there's little camp spots all along it. So we did go down a little bit further, and the road definitely got much worse. I don't think I'd want to try to travel it, even in my van, if it was real wet, but it looks like we've come to a really nice little camp spot. All right, so we've gotten to the springs here, and like I said, there's a really nice little spot here. There was actually several spots along the way, and I can see that the springs themselves, it definitely seems warm here. I don't know enough about this. I didn't actually do any research, but it does look very warm and inviting. And in fact, I can see like what it looks like maybe a little pool right here. But man, it is stunningly gorgeous nonetheless. So Beth has not been feeling good. You got back from the RV show and you did a lot of talking, which I know how that can rip on a throat, but you had to fly back too, and so you're kind of feeling
kind of yucky. So I just wanted minerals and nature and all the good things to help get better. But yeah, I feel like this is going to do it.
I think the first thing I'm going to do before worrying about getting in and soaking is I'm going to take Ben for a walk. Like I said, we've been at the shop, and even though there's things that I've done, like gone hiking up in the mountains on a couple of days, and also I've, you know, taken him to dog parks there in town, he just really hasn't gotten a run here for the past day or so. So figured we'd go explore more along this little river here, or creek, or whatever it is. This hot, you know, basically it's a hot river. And just kind of check it out, because looking at Google Earth, it kind of looks like to me that it all comes out of the ground just like right up here somewhere. Ooh. So all this water really does just come out of the ground right up from our camp here, not too far. I'd say I'm only about maybe 200 yards up from where we're camped. And it's beautiful right here, and you can even see the bubbles coming up from the heat. Now where we're camped, it is warm. It is quite warm, and almost to the point of being too warm for me to want to sit in too long. But it's still sittable as far as I'm concerned. Now up here at the springhead, where I see it bubbling, I can't hardly have my hands in there for more than a couple seconds before it is way too hot. So definitely probably gets cooler as the water moves down along. I don't know if it's heated all the way down or if it's really just all happening here and then flowing downward, and then it just kind of has different levels of comfort as you go down. But it is extremely beautiful up here at the springhead. There's just so much greenery up here, especially in this high desert where everything right now, especially being midwinter, everything kind of looks brown and deadish. There's a lot of green, lush foliage right here at the spring, and down in the water there's some really fluorescently green moss that's on the rocks. All right, so I wanted to kind of test my theory. So I went all the way around, found a dirt road that looped me around, and I've come well down the river here and well past the other people that are camping. So I just want to see what the difference in temperature is here so that I can tell if that's the, ooh, muddy. I just fell in the water here. The bank just gave away. Oh yeah, it's much cooler down here. Much cooler down here. So definitely must not stay hot all the way down. So depending on your tolerance, you'll want to probably camp in one of the lower locations that isn't quite as close to the springhead as we are. All right, guys. Well, I have come back from my little walk with Ben, and what do you think?
It's really hot. I don't know how hot, but it's probably the hottest I've ever been in, so it's almost like you can't be in here. I tried to build a little bit of a dam, but there's no rocks around really, and I just slowed the flow a little bit, and I used my camping table, but it still is, I mean, I'm not turning red, but it's not like comfortable, so I'm about ready to get out.
All right, so we are gonna go down because the people that were in the campsite next to us have just left. And since it does seem to get cooler down lower, we're hoping that we can go down there and it'll be much more pleasant. But as it is right now, it's just too hot to comfortably enjoy it.
This feels way better. There's a little spot to sit there too. I feel like this is definitely better, and there's still steam, so you know it stays warm down there, but the other one, I mean, you don't see bubbles coming up like the other one. This feels nice. I mean, you would test this one like deeper, bigger, but the other spot has like that hole to sit in, and it's easier access to getting out, so I vote the other spot, plus it's further away from people.
Well, my vote is always further away from people, so I say we go with the first spot we found.
Yeah, because there's more, and if more come in tonight, like usually locals come in later.
But look at how gorgeous that is right there. Right, the sun's coming down, the steam's coming off the water. Like, that is stunning right there.
All right, well, good morning, guys. It is stunningly gorgeous out here this morning. Sun is just starting to peek up over the hills over here, and the river, the hot spring, is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Steam coming off, frozen bushes all around it and everything. Just a very magical experience here this morning. But I think we got, well, I don't think, we got a little visitor this morning. I think our neighbor's dog is out doing some exploring, and I let Ben out, and they are just having an absolute ball playing together. But I figured I better maybe take him back over just so that the people don't get worried about where he might be. So we're just going to take a walk along the river here and let Ben play with this dog as we go. Are you having good times? Is that a fun friend? All right, well, I went and talked to the owners and, told them that the dog had wandered down, and they were nice people. And I just told them, I said, you know what? They're getting along really good and having a good time. And we've got some hours to drive today, so the more worn out Ben can be, the better. So I said, if she comes over and continues to play with him down at our camp, that is totally fine with me. And so Ben's got a little playmate for this morning. That's great. All right, well, I was actually in the middle of making coffee when I saw that other dog come in the camp. And I'm really glad that Ben has a friend, because like I said, we do have a lot of traveling to do today. So it'll be great that I'll be worn out. But anyways, we did enjoy the hot springs last night. I didn't really film any of that just because I don't think anybody really wants to sit and see a 50-year-old guy sitting in a hot springs. But it was really nice, and we actually got up this morning and enjoyed the hot springs with some coffee as well. So it's been just a really great morning. But I've got the coffee, Beth's making some breakfast for us. So I think we're gonna go over there, eat some breakfast, and we're gonna start getting ready to get out of here.
Alrighty folks, well, we are all packed up and heading out. We got about 4 hours of driving. I think Ben will be sacked out. He had such a great time playing with that other dog. They just played for hours this morning and it was great. So I'm really excited for him to have that opportunity, and I am glad that he will probably rest well as we drive the rest of the way to our destination. The hot springs was a great layover. Really enjoyed that. Just a nice time. Beautiful weather, beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunset last night. Just a really nice time. Now, one thing that I did learn about talking to the other dog's owner is that there is red mites in that hot springs, which might explain why I was extremely uncomfortably itchy after getting out of it. I'm not itchy now, but I'm still very happy that I got a shower waiting for me when I get to the destination this evening. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of our little stopover on our travels. If you guys did, please do give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below, and we'll catch you guys again outside.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. we can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.